Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Email me directly for pricing. My email address is tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we are discussing a spectacular reference launched in 1992 and built through 2002. Only 300 examples of the platinum Vacheron Constantin Perpetual calendar chronograph 49005 were made. So this being an exceptionally rare watch with on average only about 30 being made each year in this metal, it's a wonderfully rare reference in the sense that it's also one of the few Vacheron Perpetual calendar chronographs you will find with an automatic winding system. Everything about this watch is superb. 38 millimeters in platinum. You can see that the watch measures 12.6 millimeters thick and it's incredibly short lug-to-lug, just 44.2 millimeters with a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. You can see that this watch sits easily on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It's an ideal match for a smaller wrist or those with traditional taste in sizing and proportion. It's also an outstanding unisex option, a real big brand power watch for him or for her. You can see it fits easily on my wrist. I can recommend it for a wrist as small as 13 centimeters circumference, and it is low enough to fit underneath the cuff. Taking a look at the hardware and the software, as you can see, large rectangular scale alligator leather, semi-gloss, black, monotone stitch. You can see sheer sides showing the layers of leather. It is bolstered to give it a little bit of thickness. On the underside, calfskin. And you can see it's a brand new Vacheron Constantin factory strap. Cav on the bottom, gator on the top. And of course, we have a matching PT950 Platinum Maltese cross-style pin buckle. The case is entirely handmade and hand-finished. As you can see, the lugs have a sharp break with the case band. Traditionally, the way to do this is to build the case and the lugs separately, cut a slot in the case, insert the lugs, weld the two together, and then by hand remove all of the evidence of the weld to create that nice sharp break. Everything else is then externally hand polished to create this high shine. We have rectangular, vintage-inspired chronograph pushers and a dial that includes Sigma signatures down at 6 o'clock. Those are the so-called a priori marks, encouraged from the 1970s, the early 70s through the late 90s by a Swiss precious metals trade group. The little Sigma signature, so-called because it looks like the Greek letter Sigma, was your sign that at least the hands and the indices on the dial were made of gold, and that is the case here. They are white gold and then rhodium plated to give them that lovely silvery shine. You can see that there are cabochon indices at 3 and 6 and 9. Then we have baton style indices with lovely vaulted baton style hands. You can see they do have a loft and a curvature over their top, a feature you typically associate with premium low volume independents, very rarely large group brands. Now the dial is white, not silver white, and it's a matte white with a slightly raised scale outboard that has black on white printing for your minutes, seconds, and chronograph fractions. Inboard we have cruciform symmetry. You can split it top to bottom or horizontally and it'll be symmetrical with sunken sub-registers, and as you can see, polished chapter rings surrounding each of the subs, coaxial constant seconds with a moon phase down at 6 o'clock, and then a perpetual calendar. So it's able to deal with irregular length months and leap years. The perpetual calendar has an adjustment interval of once every 122 years, and the moon phase being 122, the perpetual calendar is one adjustment in the year 2100 through the quirks of the Gregorian calendar. It is a vertical clutch column wheel chronograph movement underneath the solid platinum caseback. We have a Vacheron Constantin caliber 1136 QP based on a Frédéric Piguet 1185, unidirectional winding, automatic, 40-hour power reserve, 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate. It is adjusted in 5 positions, pivots on 37 jewels. It has the QP perpetual calendar added as a module on top along with the moon phase, and as I mentioned, it is a vertical clutch system, so you get a smooth engagement to the seconds hand, and you can leave the chronograph running if you so choose with no additional hazard to the movement. Thanks to the column wheel, it also has a crisp action, all of this water resistant to 30 meters. The movement, though you can't see it, by Frédéric Piguet is finely finished. It is a real high horology movement in a high horology watch. Reach out to tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.